Yo,
What's up, fiction?
hey, one sec. I gotta say something again. You're a little quiet.
Oh, sure. Let me. I can turn my mic up.
Okay,
How's this?
that's definitely better. Sick. All
Better?
right, how's it
All right.
going?
I'm good, Shep. How are you, man?
I'm chilling. I got a local in a couple hours.
God bless. Is it IRL?
Yeah.
That's. I mean, those are always real nice. We here in Chicago, we don't quite have those starting back up just yet, out of
Mm-hmm.
abundance of caution, which is a shame, but I understand.
I think it's just because like we've been doing weeklies for a while
Forever.
now,
Yeah.
and like a person will get sick here or there, but like there hasn't been any, like it hasn't. Nobody has gotten COVID from somebody at the tournament yet. So
That's great.
And so, at least not that we've known, you know. So we're kind of like, well, I mean, we're all wearing masks and stuff. It seems to be working out fine. So
Yeah.
until things get even worse, then we'll
Until you
probably keep
change
doing it.
the 0 days since the last COVID outbreak to
Yeah,
soft
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
exactly.
then keep it going. Yeah,
And
that's
people
that's
are
good.
pretty good about it. Like if they think they might have it or whatever, they'll stay out for a couple weeks and stuff like
hmm
that.
It'd be a shame if the that weekly stopped too. It's a pretty good one, man. It's actually really fucking difficult to play it.
Verdugo.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So this one, the one today, is actually like our new bi-weekly.
funky.
Cause yeah, there was an issue with the old venue where like we had to reduce the cap from like 50 to like 25. So
Ooh,
it kind of ruined our
ooh,
thunder. So
yeah,
now we got a new bigger venue that we're gonna have bi-weeklies at can have everybody show up at, which will be fun.
that's cool.
Along with the original local.
Yeah, bi-weeklies to supplement your weekly is certainly the wave now.
Mm-hmm.
I hope eventually every region has like a weekly, a bi-weekly, and then a bi-monthly.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to do it. Just
That'd be
because,
awesome.
yeah. No, I totally agree. Like, super tiny local with the homies, and then, like, kind of more serious local that everybody comes to, and then, like, regional type
The regional,
local.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like get some people out here. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, we can only hope. A lot of people are going that way. I think New York is there. I think you guys are there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Chicago's like 50% of the way there.
Well, we definitely
We,
don't have any sort of, like, bigger ones right now. Like, it's hard enough to run these tiny ones with COVID, you know?
yeah, it's true.
But okay, so what are we doing a lesson on today? I mean, I guess you could do a quick
So
intro for the stream, like I know you, but
yeah, hey, I'm Jakespeare, guys. What's up? You may have seen me in a video of me playing bass that everyone on Earth saw. That was I spent 20 minutes on that and got more exposure than I ever have in my life. The world is a fickle place.
It
Fiction.
sure is.
It is a fickle place. Um, I play Falco, and this past year, I've broken past the plateau I was kind of on, and this is evidenced by beating people I've never beaten before, having very different like views of looking at the game, people telling me, "Wow, you've gotten better." So I'm here for that first like, okay, now that I know now that I have a handle on the things that make Falco go burr, I need that sage like push in the right direction. Like, here's what you need to look for now,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, Nothing really like specific, although I'm sure specific things will come up. But the more like, and I know this is one of the reasons I chose you, fiction. I know you like thinking about things like these in like a general like macro, like this is what this all means, and
Mm-hmm.
then proving it with the minutia
Mm-hmm.
and using that whole thing to kind of make a nice web that I can nestle comfortably in for the next growth period.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have some Slippy files or like a VOD or something?
Oh, I got tons. Would you like to
Okay.
see? What would you like to see an example of?
Whatever matchup or situation like you think would be a good example, to be honest. Like, so it's kind of like, you know, I can, like, it's kind of your hour to figure out like what you want help with or what
Fair.
matchups or ideas you want to
Okay.
talk about,
Okay.
and I'll just kind of play along and give my input on that.
Okay. Cool. So I just had a couple of days ago. I had a session with the wonderful Fendrick Lamar,
Okay.
and he's Marth, great player, mega cheeser,
Of course.
and I used to just get annihilated by him. And this past session was like very, very even. So I guess I'll just show you. Here's a question. Would you prefer to see one of me losing or one of me winning?
Why not both? It does not matter. Whichever match,
Okay.
like with any match, like a lot of times the same patterns come up whether you end up winning or losing in the end or not.
Okay, that's a very good point. Okay, so I'll give you one of both then.
Okay.
Here's one on Yoshi's. All right. I just throw it in our chat.
Yeah. That works.
All right, there's a winning game on Yoshi's, and then okay, I'll try not to do one where I just like get gimped 3 times in a row. Okay. And this Battlefield one is a good loss. So are you sharing your screen, or should I tune into your stream to?
I will share my screen with you.
Beautiful. You have the files?
Wait, did you send them?
Oh yeah, they're in your. Oh wait, no. God, I'm so stupid. I just put them in the text, and I didn't send them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just waiting. I was like, oh, I'm sure they'll get here eventually. I'm like, I don't want to rush him, you know.
I'm on fucking dial up. Give me a break. Yeah, they're there now.
Okay. All right, I'll get the screen share set up.
So the top one is the Yoshi's win, and the bottom is the Battlefield loss.
Okay. You're 30. Okay. All right. Is it working?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so just a minor note on the opening. So yes. On any time you're spawning on neutral positions like this, Marth's biggest, like, he doesn't really have any motivation to do anything else other than like run off platform fair.
Yep.
And so you almost never want to open with a short hop directly to the center on this, on like pretty much any stage against Marth. You usually just want to start out with like run off platform laser, or like drop through laser's also okay. So just one of those two, or even like short hop laser right here. But you really don't want to run off or like short hop laser here, because you would have just gotten hit by him running off and fairing, and you basically did, you know.
Yeah.
So this is just like a thing that against every Marth forever, just don't short hop laser
don't
here
do
in
it.
the center.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't.
Just a question: is there any merit to beating him to it and trying to CC shine it?
Not really, because that's not really the way this matchup works. Is kind of like Marth can't hit you, like at all. Like he just has no way to ever hit Falco because of how much his frame data is kind of unfortunate unfortunate for him versus like lasers and stuff like that. So you really want like a more established neutral against Marth. This, like, the matchup is just really, like, you can cement in your head this matchup is far more about avoiding risks and avoiding potentially dying from getting hit by Marth than it is hitting Marth. Hitting Marth kind of happens naturally in this matchup. You just kind of play your game, and eventually you kind of hit Marth. But what the hard part is not getting touched by Marth. Because then let's say, okay, game one, you know, he runs off the platform, and he fairs you, and then you CC it, and then let's say, you know, he could have even spaced the fair better and gotten a fair grab, but he doesn't. So let's say he runs in and he gets a fair, and you do CC shine, and then, you know, shining Marth at 0 is not super reliable for like a big combo anyway.
Right.
So, you might get like 30 or 40 damage, maybe, whereas, like, he could run off the platform, space his fair slightly better and get a grab and kill you, and then you're down a stock, or he could run off and down air you and grab you and kill you, and then you lose a stock.
Okay.
So it's just not worth it. Remember, this whole matchup is just like, is this situation chaotic in any way? Probably don't want to play it because I don't need to. Falco can beat Marth like strictly by using like he can work within the law. He doesn't have to like play fast and loose to beat Marth. He can play Marth using like a system completely.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly just about avoiding the risks and not taking situations like this where you're like, well, I could win or he could win. It's like, no. You can just play the situations where you always win. That's okay.
Why bother? Right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Was that a full hop on purpose?
Let's see. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I think I either wanted to mix up landing on a top platform or coming down with an aerial, and he nared me. So he made the right choice.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff happening. I'll try not to go too slowly and I'm gonna watch through a little bit and then I'll go back and talk about a lot of the specifics. Okay, so yeah, those jabs are not really the super play. I think so. A lot of people have seen Mango doing jabs on Zane recently, and now everybody just is trying to jab Marth, and it's just not like it's not good.
That's a vestigial button press from my Dr. Mario days.
Okay.
I just jab hella and I down smash.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, against other characters with a smaller grab range, yeah, it's fine. But against Marth, yeah, I could just get CC grabbed out of my jabs.
And so the thing is that the jab against Marth, it does have merit, but it's actually such a specific jab that like is good, and it's based on like conditioning and stuff like that. That like you need it needs to not be a habit. The jab needs to be like oh wait a minute, this is a jab spot, not like I jab out of a panic spot, because
it's like fuck, shine won't reach, I should probably jab.
Like
that's when I usually do it.
Jab is kind of, well, even then the jab is kind of on the level of that like what if I CC'd the fair thing, where it's kind of like if you have no other hope and it's already over for you, then you might as well try to CC shine, But if like if you're in a spot and you're like, well, shine doesn't hit, maybe jab, and it's kind of like nah, because a lot of times he can just hold down and grab, and then he grabs you, or shield and grab, and he grabs you. So,
okay,
just something to not do too much of. Okay, so this is another spot. So when Marth is in the corner, you do not want to do this type of back air to him, where you do the short hop and you dodge this, and then you come down. Because if Marth double jumps super slightly different timing, he can kind of, at a super slightly different timing, he can kind of hover at this range. I think actually why this up air doesn't kill you is because Fendrick miscalculated that he's on Yoshi's. So, like, he tries to do this floating up air like he's on, like, FD or Battlefield or something, but he like, ends up landing out of his up air early because of the slope.
Right.
So if there wasn't a slope here, you probably would have gotten hit by this. The right way to corner pressure Marth is you stand directly out of the range of his double jump fair from edge, and you just stand there, and every time he comes up, you laser him. And
okay,
so the ultra generalized plan in this matchup is Falco beats Marth really badly when Marth is on the ledge. And you've probably heard Marths complain for years that they can't get off the edge. And so Marth has a really tough time getting off the edge against Falco because Falco is just standing right here, and every time Marth pops up, Falco shoots a laser. And it basically just puts Marth at like a perma-frame disadvantage, where he'll just, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do like laser grab, or I'll do laser dash dance, and it just puts them in like a really awful spot right here.
Run up CC. Like laser, run up CC if they try to like aerial their way off the ledge.
No. Like you're lasering them coming off the edge.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Like
Got it.
and so a lot of times if they like tournament winner or something, your laser will hit their tournament winner and they'll drop back to the edge.
Okay.
And then when they try to so they can't do the tournament winner. If they try to do like a get up attack or something, a lot of times your laser will hit them and push them back to the edge, or it misses them and you get a free punish. And if you're standing in this spot right here, so if you laser and then they roll, a lot of times you can just react and hit it. So you can kind of cover all of their. It's like a ledge trap.
Ledge trap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that is like the way to play that spot, and so that is kind of the situation you want in this matchup. Like every stock, your like big plan, like not like every action you do has to move towards this plan type of plan, but like the overall direction of like what you want is for Marth to be on the edge. Because it basically makes the neutral game like 90-10 in Falco's favor. So Marth is trash on the ledge. And so the closest thing to getting Marth on the ledge is him in the corner, where Marth is kind of bad in the corner too because he can't move backwards. So if you're right here and you're lasering Marth in the corner and you're pressuring him and stuff, he's pretty close to being on the edge. And the matchup with Falco here and Marth here is like 65-35 Falco probably. Okay. It's like really bad for Marth. And so then when you're in center stage, and I'll go over it a little bit more in a second, but basically if you use a lot of fade back down air and not approaching laser really, but like minor approaching lasers, like closing this much distance with a laser, not like this much distance with a laser, you can kind of force Marth into a situation where he either has to run in and get stuffed by your down airs, or wall in place, in which case he'll eventually just get lasered a bunch of times until he does like nair, take laser, fair, and then you dash dance down air that. Or he can dash back and then you just move slightly forward with a laser and you keep resetting that until he's in the corner and then he's eventually on the edge and now you've, secured a positive position for yourself.
Okay.
And that's like way more relevant on FD than this stage, because on this stage you're like, okay, Marth, I'm gonna move you back one step, and he's like, oh, I'm on the edge because it's so small. So that's a big part of the reason why this is such a good stage for Falco, is that Marth can't dash back multiple times. He gets like one dash back and then he's stuffed in the corner. So yeah, right here on the corner pressure, you want to be going for these repeated lasers.
Cool, good to know.
Okay, so it's good.
Oh, that was just some flubs.
Do not come down from the top platform with moves, or honestly just like come down on Marth in general, unless he is already whiffed. So the thing with the full hop is you'll do like dash dance, and then you dash full hop. And then what Marth will do is he thought you were going to like short hop down air in or whatever. And so he'll do dash dance, short hop, nair. And then once you're already up in the air, you see him going like doing his sword here, and then you just fast fall on him and hit him out of his lag. And that's kind of where the full hop comes in. But if you are just up here in this position and Marth is down here, you should basically never be trying to come down on him because he has big sword.
Huge sword.
Huge sword. Sword covers this whole range.
One up air away from just completely
up
dying.
air, up tilt, dash dance. Your moves coming down on Marth do not work here. So like going up to the platform is a bait that he will swing. Coming down to the platform is like, you can maybe take your time for a second here, but your goal is to get down with a laser and then get back to the normal neutral game here. So coming down like this is a little scary. This was just a mistake, and then this, you shouldn't be doing this stuff like this back air either.
Okay.
Okay, great down air. A lot of Marths will go for that double jump there.
Marths be double jumping out of hit stun like as soon as they can.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
First thing they want.
Okay, I'd be a little bit more careful during invincibility here.
Yeah.
Usually I like against Marth is I'll just do like he can get you kind of no matter what you do unless you have some weird like ledge stuff. But a lot of times I'll just shield here and then he'll back air my shield and then I just like full hop or something or roll. Yeah. You just kind of got caught in a wave dash. You got to avoid. You got to just, it needs to be like a special thing. Like he's invincible. I need to do some sort of algorithm to like avoid him. Okay.
Terrible double jump.
Caught there. It's okay. It's not too unfortunate a double jump. So against Marth, you're really not gonna get a lot of like this is never gonna you're never gonna get this grab, like because it's just not gonna happen.
Sure.
I wouldn't go for stuff like this. So against Marth, there's basically after every laser, basically every single laser, you want to dash back. The reason for that is that if Marth power shields the laser and you dash back, well, first of all, you'll get a few more frames of dash back movement before the power shielded laser hits you. And then once it hits you, you get the ASDI away on the laser. And so what that does is it makes it so even if you lasered Marth from like this range, if in place, if you lasered Marth here, he power shielded it, and you dashed back, you would still get to like this range, and he can't punish you with anything. So no matter how close you are, unless you're directly in his face, in which case you're going to be shining and stuff like that, you want to do laser dashback because it keeps you safe from any option that Marth does. So for instance, like right here, and it's also a really good bait. So if you landed this laser and then you did dash, not like a big dash back. A lot of times when I say this, people think I mean like laser and then like you run back. And it's like, no. It's just like a quick little doop, doop, just enough so that if he power shields, you'll get those benefits that I was talking about.
Okay.
And then it also dodges stuff like he'll do take laser up tilt, stuff like that, or take laser grab, or take laser short hop instant fair. This quick dash back will avoid all of those options. And so like right here, if you had done this dash back, you not that he would have done this nair anyway, but that you wouldn't get hit by this nair, and then you would be able to just be like, oh, dash back, and then you'd be able to like laser like right here and be kind of a menace in his face, you know? Like laser and then dash back again, because he'll usually take laser instant fair. And so you can do like right here, you're like laser right here, dash back, he'll fair, dash in, down air. And you get that opening. Okay, this was pretty good. Yeah, so there's an issue with this nair right here, where like you either want to be doing a dash back here, or like I guess this is the thing is like this just isn't a good nair. I don't know if you tried to dash nair or what, but the nair in place here is just not super recommended. It kind of worked out, and so one issue, this down air could have definitely gotten grabbed. This down air has the right idea. You just were too far away. So like you like lasered, basically you lasered right here, right. You lasered him, and in your brain, he was like right here because he wave dashed back. So you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna laser instant down air." But but that's a lot of times why like you just have to do a lot more dash dancing and a lot more like you just have to be a lot more careful before you pull the trigger, because notice that while you're doing all this, Marth hasn't threatened you once. Like you haven't actually been in danger a single time. You've been able to continuously do this sort of pressure with the laser type stuff. I mean, you were in danger when you grabbed, but I mean like whenever you lasered, it wasn't like you were in a spot where Marth could just instantly hit you, you know?
Right.
And so you're allowed to kind of play hot hands with it, where you're like, you know that game with you slap over the top of the person's hands, where like if you're the person on the bottom, you kind of get to wait as long as you want before you slap. And then the person on the top has to kind of be ready for you to slap at any moment, as no matter how long you take. That's kind of this matchup.
Okay.
Where like you can and especially when Marth is in the corner and you're just like laser, dash back, like laser, and you're just kind of like maintaining this position right here. He kind of has to be ready at any moment for you to do like a psycho killer attack in. But you never have to you don't have to pull the trigger. So like a lot of times in a spot like this where it's kind of ambiguous, I like to do the fade back down air, because if you do a fade back down air here, Marth has, assuming he doesn't ultra hard read your fade back down air, but that's not great EV for him because he'll lose to you like doing any normal aerial or down air or anything. So a lot of times he'll either dash in to try to chase you down or something like that, in which case he gets hit by the down air. Or he dashes back and tries to grab the full drift down air, like the one you do. And if he does that, you get to land right in front of him as he's finishing his grab animation, which is terrifying for him, and it puts him in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
So the fade back down air is kind of the bread and butter of this matchup. But you get that, which was good. Randall messes everything up.
Classic.
Let's see what happens here really quick. Okay, that's fine. It happened. As tempting as it is, so this is an interesting thing about this matchup. Never spot dodge.
Shut up. Don't tell me that fiction. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it.
So, okay, so tell me why you think I'm going to say you shouldn't spot dodge.
Because a single dash dance kills you, essentially.
Wrong.
Okay.
The reason is because Psycho Killer down air is a better spot dodge. So the thing that Marth is afraid of in this matchup is not Falco spot dodging, because Marth is always dash dancing. Marth inherently has to take his time in this matchup because Falco is always playing that super long game, So Marth is a lot of times not going to just be instant run and grabbing. A lot of times, if you spot dodge here, he'll just be nairing, and the second hit of nair will hit this, as I'm sure has happened to you. So instead, whenever you're scared, like, you know how it's like the fight or flight? Against Marth, always fight. Like, when you're scared and you're in a bad spot and you know he has frame advantage, just let it rip.
That's an acceptable substitute.
Yeah, exactly. Because everybody's like, you can't take my spot dodges, and it's like, no, you can panic. Just panic with attacks.
Yeah, panic with attacks, right? Panic with a hitbox.
Because
you're gonna die anyway. Who the fuck cares?
The difference between down air in place here, dash in fade back down air, and full distance in down air are completely unreactable for Marth, and so he is well aware that anytime he is in this range, he is in the danger zone where Falco is like Falco is much stronger than Marth. Like physically. Like Marth outranges him. But Marth is very hesitant. He doesn't really want to get close to Falco because Falco will beat him up. And so whenever you're scared, it's okay to just go on the aggressive. And let's say Marth is doing this dash dance and you panic and you down air in and he grabs you. That's still better than panicking and spot dodging and he grabs you, because you basically had a 1 out of 3 chance to kill him.
Right.
Whereas the spot dodge, like, a lot of times he can just whiff a grab right here, and you can't even shine him. And then you do jab or something and he grabs you. So yeah, anytime you're afraid in this matchup, just remember, Marth is scared of you. Anytime Marths do this thing all the time where they get all confident and they'll like walk across the stage at you, or they just think they're cool by dashing in. Marth can't do that against Falco. Marth has no, like, anytime you're scared of Marth and you're in center stage, he is tricking you. And so you can just keep that in your head, close your eyes, and throw your punches. Specifically against Marth. Because if you had panic down aired right here, you would have just literally hit him. Like right here when he does this little like spot dodge bait, this isn't real because dash in down air murders him here.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so one thing that I've noticed is this happened a couple times already is like you'll do this laser, but you're not doing it for any particular purpose. It's just kind of out here, and it makes it so that you're too slow to like get to ledge before his fair can happen, which puts you in like an awkward spot. Whereas if you, instead of shooting this laser, if you grabbed edge early, sure, your invincibility might run out, but this is a back airable range by Falco to Marth. Mm-hmm. So now, you grab edge, and he can't fall in this range because he's scared of back air. 60, he could die from this back air. It could put him off in a really bad spot, and he might not be able to recover. So he, as soon as you grab ledge, this whole vertical range, like right here where my mouse is, this is Falco's territory now, and Marth will need to go around it and recover low. And so just by grabbing edge early, a lot of times you'll get the time to do a refresh because he has to worry about your back air.
Right. Okay, good point.
And there's that thing where you should be laser pressuring here again, instead of jumping up. Okay, and then, so there's some stuff like right here, and this is part of that whole like never be afraid of Marth thing. If you are afraid, you should never move back. And this is not as hard as a rule as some other stuff, in the sense that like, yeah, sometimes you kind of just feel like you need to move back for a second, but like in a spot like this, he just finished his up tilt, you're here, you're actionable. There's no reason to ever do... Oops, my bad. No reason to ever do this dash. My bad. So it doesn't matter. It's the same situation.
Yeah.
So like right here... right...
At least I'm aware. I'm like, okay, he's in a bad spot.
Here.
But then I give up all of...
So right here, if you just laser in place back at Marth, he does... There's nothing. Nothing he has will possibly hit you here if you laser. He's not that fast. Like, if Marth was fast enough to hit this laser, this matchup would be done. This game would be done.
This game would be done.
So, like, you can just right here, the only time... So it's kind of like, man, is Marth, like, right in my face? And it's like, well, if he is, I should be hitting him, you know? Is Marth not in my face? Oh, I can just laser. There's no condition where moving back needs to happen.
Okay.
Because all this does is Marth is like, right here, he was kind of not enjoying his life. He was kind of trapped. He trapped himself in the corner. He knows this is a bad spot for him. So when you give up this space, he's like, oh, thank you. Notice how he just immediately like runs across the stage because he's just like, yes, thank you. Yeah. I got center again. Okay, and then so this is a spot that's really tempting, but you have to be very careful about it. And that is laser approaching laser against Marth. So the issue with approaching laser is that Marth can power shield grab this. So if Marth just sat here and then did shield grab, he would have power shielded the laser back at you, hit you, and then grabs you. And so if you're ever, this is sort of a general lesson, if you're ever going to approaching laser Marth, you want to shoot a high laser. Like every time. Because the high laser, if he power shields it, will go above your landing animation on your head and you'll get an opening. Or it'll just go over his head, and then if he tries to power shield grab it, you'll also get an opening. So, and if he jumps, it'll hit him. So I wouldn't really recommend going for a lot of these big approaching lasers. You don't need to. You can, even if you're in the corner, the same rules kind of apply as like the same, like you don't need to move back. You're not really in a bad spot. Everything's kind of okay. The only problem is that he's not in the corner yet. But as long as you just play your game with the fade back down airs and the lasers, he will kind of get pushed back to the corner. You can push Marth all the way across FD, so pushing Marth across Yoshi's is not too difficult. Right. And also there is always like the top platform option. If you're like really, really miserable in the corner, a lot of times a full hop is kind of free to get out. But yeah. So just be aware that like you being in the corner, approaching laser out of the corner is not usually very good, because a lot of times he can like forward smash or up tilt it or nair it or do a lot of stuff like that. Approaching laser is just pretty vulnerable in general, and so the general idea of the approaching laser is like, you remember, or like the mashup, right, is you don't want to make yourself vulnerable almost at all. And so going for the approaching laser is kind of like a heavy-handed read that I wouldn't recommend doing very often. There are certain points where you just know for a fact that Marth is going to like let you do this approaching laser and then you can do it, but doing it to like get out of a bad position is not super good. And this is that spot again also where you should just grab edge like really early. Like just like grab it right now, and then his options are like he can try to double jump to edge, in which case you drop double jump back air him, or he can drop low, in which case, you know, you can either get like a double jump backwards, This stage is a little crazy because you can do like double jump waveland edge guards, or you can just like stall here with the Firebird. So you have all kinds of options if you grab the edge early. Whereas like if you had grabbed the edge early, just a little earlier here, he would have literally died for this side B.
Yeah, I think the option I was looking for was an early up B, a super early up B, like fake grab ledge, early up B, and then catch him on the platform or something.
But he has his double jump and his side B, so he has no reason to early up B out of like a panic. It's just, it doesn't make sense. He wants the conservative option. He wants to grab edge here. Marth does not, at 92, want to early up B, because if he misses, he will die.
Okay.
Okay, what happens here? Tech chase, good. He's dead.
Yeah, that one's free.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And then, like, right here. I know it's super tempting. So right here, you're like, oh no, here he is. What if he's trying to hit me? I should freaking leave right here. Leaving doesn't do anything. What, like, oh, did leaving avoid his attack that was right here? Nah, he's in the corner. He's scared. Marth is always scared of Falco. That is, like, the thing to remember, is, like, even when Marth has, like, a frame advantage and you're in the corner and he's running in and he's like, haha, my grab, deep in his brain stem, he's like, Falco's so scary. And you have to keep that in mind. That, like, in this position, I know you're like, man, I just panic jabbed, I panic spot dodged, and then I panic jabbed. Surely I am dead now. But, like, you're like, if you were dead, he would have killed you during those animations. Like, the fact that those animations finished means you're fine, and you can crush him again. It's okay. I know it doesn't feel fair, but life's not fair. Falco's overpowered. So yeah, you don't have to do this. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is like, the concept of fairness is like, man, I messed up a bunch, so I need to leave. But you don't. You messed up a bunch, and he's like, I can't believe I didn't punish spot dodge jab, and then he's trapped in the corner still.
I love how you characterize Marth, by the way.
How I what, Marth?
How you characterize Marth. Like, what Marth sounds like in your head
dude, that's
the id of every Falco player.
Dude, Marth is just so like that. Like, I've played a lot of Marth, and that's how you feel. So yeah, and then he gets this, and like, the thing is if you don't realize how fake this is, you're like, dude, like, oh my goodness, Marth just ran across the stage and freaking forward smashed me. Like, what can this character not do, you know? And it's like, no, this was like a complete lie. This was a complete and utter lie and was not true in any form. Like, as soon as you miss this grab and he rolls back, like, oh yeah, laser, dash back, here we go. Marth's stuck in the corner, he can't do anything. That's what you want. So, like, dude, it just annoys me, because, like, what? This is death. Like, I want a Marth to do this to me so I can freaking murder him. Like, dude, like, right here, he's like, haha, Falco's scared. If you're scared, just hit him. That's why this rule exists. Because if he just does this dash in, you get a down air, he's in a great spot he'll DI up here, down air, up tilt, you get this whole nasty combo right here. Just because I just hate when they get away with stuff like this. And this is why never, like, show fear by moving away. Always just show fear by moving in. Or staying in place. So this was a little bit of a different case because you're in shield. So in the first place, you shouldn't really be shielding here, but it's not a big deal to be shielding here, just because you were clearly kind of in his combo and you barely avoid this up air, so you just kind of shield, and then he barely misses. You're like, I gotta get out of here. So the thing is, you could have definitely reacted to this whiff grab with like a down air probably, but let's say you don't, because it's scary. And then you full hop back here. This is totally fine. This is totally good. Like, and you just reset, except these back airs are not good. So this reset here, totally fine. And you got out of this spot, and then this back air is what you do not want to do. This one. It's okay. You can just run to this side and then drop with a laser. It's totally fine. You win that spot. And then, so the auto cancel back air is good against Marth, but not when he has this much stage to work with. Like this. You want to do
Yeah.
the auto cancel back air more like here,
Mm-hmm.
where he kind of dashes back, and then he either has to run off the stage or kind of dash back in, and then he kind of gets stuffed by it. In center, it's just there's no reason for you not to be like doing a fade back down air at him, you know?
Okay. It wasn't even auto cancel anyway. Fucking
It's okay.
got murdered for it.
Okay, you kind of got in an awkward spot here. Okay, so this is good. You got your refresh. Okay, so this is one thing against Marth is, and you know, you probably saw my video against Fox with the multi-laser thing, right?
Yeah.
Multi-laser is, it's not that it's worthless against Marth, but it needs to do something. So against Fox, the reason why multiple lasers are so good is your entire purpose of using the lasers is to keep Fox away from you. But in the Marth matchup, the entire purpose of the laser is to like hold Marth down while you beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
So
you get closer.
So when you hit this laser, this is an opportunity to get. So what are Marth's options out of this laser? Marth doesn't really have anything that hits this range, and that's what's so strong about Falco against Marth. Is yeah, Marth can dash attack at a laser and hit here, or he can up tilt at a laser, or nair at a laser, or fair out of laser and hit kind of this range. But there's this little middle ground right here where he can't hit at all. So as soon as he hits this, you can just dash dance kind of into this range, and I'd probably get another laser. So the issue is that you land these wonderful lasers, and look what's happening to Marth here. He's not able to really process this or do anything. So you're like, laser, and then like, you know, this gives you a great opportunity, or like super positive on frames. You can literally gain space while Marth is in laser stun, and you have no danger. And then, so by doing this second laser, the first laser didn't happen, basically. So even though you got this beautiful laser that gave you the ability to take space, you're now just repeating the same situation. But you need to take space or advantage in some way off of each laser. Completely different against Fox. But against Marth, you really need your lasers to mean something. Because when you shoot this laser and he shields it, you also have a chance to move in. Because now that he's shielding, his, you know, he can't dash nair, dash fair. His options are even more constrained. He has only this little bubble. He has no options outside of that bubble at all. He literally can't get you outside of this bubble. As scary as his sword is, it's completely limited to this very small range. So then by going for this laser, you're like, I don't want that advantage either. And then, so you kind of just committed to like, I'm going to laser in place a bunch of times. And every single one of these lasers was like, you know, you blocked his move and you're getting to punch him and you're like, nah, I'm just going to keep blocking, kind of, you know? And it's like, hey, if you just block forever, you're never going to like get an opening, you know?
Yeah.
And then when you do it, you do like this full...
the right option.
Well, you do like this full commit laser in. It's not even that he did a right option, it's just that this laser in is super vulnerable. Forward smash beats this, up tilt beats this, nair beats this, fair beats this. All those options that like laser take space beats, laser approaching laser loses to. And that's why this is such a risky option. Even if you do the high laser or he doesn't power shield it, it's still really risky. Wow, great CC, holy moly. No reason to CC here though. So, like right here, this is where you already hit this before. You just get ready to back air this because they're usually going to jump here. Because the nice thing is it's kind of like Peach, where you like ledge trap Peach. Part of why this situation is so busted for Falco is that you get to stand here and be ready to back air. If Marth jumps and does an aerial, he's getting back aired and probably going to die out of it, you know, or at least get edge guarded. But you're like, okay, well, what happens if I set up for the back air and Marth doesn't do this double jump? That's right, he's on the edge.
He's on ledge. And I shoot my lasers.
And then you shoot your lasers and he's having a bad time immediately. And that's why it's such a strong position for Falco, is because you win every spot there. You either win outright or you get a massively advantageous position which will allow you to get like as many future wins as you want, basically. Okay, I'll assume that. Yep, no, I'm not. I didn't see that. Don't worry.
Nope.
And but to be honest, this is why you have to play this matchup so risk-free, is that, like, any sort of chaotic situation or issue will oftentimes end like this.
Yeah.
Whereas playing, like, the plan, playing the clean game that we've talked about, like, I don't know about you, but I'm looking at it, and there's nothing Marth can do. Like, Marth doesn't have options that beat that. He strictly loses the basic neutral interaction.
Get one every invincibility. Get one.
So right here, instead of this get up, if Marth commits and gets close enough to the stage, you should do a backwards double jump regrab. That is like if you watch me play a Marth, that is like my primary edge guard. As soon as Marth gets too close to the stage, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
And I might play Kadoran later today, but if I do as I say, not as I do, because I'm bad.
I mean, all of your best laid plans go out the fucking window sometimes in this matchup.
All the what?
All the best laid plans go out the fucking window sometimes in this matchup.
But the more they don't, the more you will win.
Exactly. It only comes with discipline.
Yeah, these lasers...
Yeah, I back up, right? Wow.
No, but the thing is okay, so first of all, so yeah, if you hadn't like wave dashed away here and you just dash dance, this is a free opening, right? Okay. And there's no reason to wave dash away here. But let's say you do, or not wave dash away, like dash away. So let's say you gave up this space. As soon as you land this first laser, these repeated lasers are not helping you at all. Once you hit this first laser, like this, it's time to dash in and get more space, and then shoot another one, and pretty soon, hey, you're back in the corner, and Marth is suffering. But these multi-lasers... They worked, okay? But that's only... It was a waste, you know? Like, this didn't do anything, right. This didn't do anything. This one worked.
God bless.
And then, yeah, this is the same thing. Like, you keep jumping up here. Once you start lasering here, it's the whole matchup changes, I promise.
Okay, wonderful. Well,
okay, yeah, then this is good. You're holding him in the corner. Ooh.
Oh boy, he chased me.
Yeah,
been doing that a lot.
See, and a big part of this is because you haven't been doing any fade back down airs. So the fade back down air and down air in place. Once you have established that you are doing those quite a bit, first of all they're incredibly difficult for Marth to punish. So he's not really going to punish them, and he just sees them there all the time. Like, oh man, wish you dashed in right here, buddy. Oh man, wish you dashed in right here. He's a lot less likely to think he's confident in dashing in at some point.
I have a question.
Yes.
In these fade back dares, how do you do them? Like, do you do them late? Do you do them early? Do you want them to get hit by the light hit, by the hard hit? Does it matter? Should you mix it up? Is there an optimal best?
Yes. So like basically 99% of the time you can do them early. And the reason is that if you do a fade back down air and Marth shields, he's like, to get in the range to shield it in a way that he can actually punish it is so like kind of risky for him. And a lot of times if you feel like he might kind of do it, the nice thing about Marth is he doesn't have a shine, you know? He just has his grab, and like basically, so a lot of times the early down air will work, and a lot of times you can kind of do like I don't know how to describe it. Like, a lot of times, even if you do the early down air, it won't hit him immediately. He'll, like, because you'll do, like, dash down air, and then he'll dash into it. So a lot of times, even though you did the early down air, it will late hit, and he still can't shield grab it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
And yeah, so these nairs and stuff, it's like, there's no reason. So once he's here, and yeah, this is scary, right? But once you get this, it's like, this has to be a laser, you know? This has to be. It has to be. Okay, that is a great back air. That's where you use that back air. Grab ledge. I still would have liked to see you grab edge earlier here. Like right here. You just wait. And then you don't need to do this big jump. Just wait. And then right here, you grab edge, and then if he double jumps, you get this back air here, and so you would have killed him.
Yeah.
And then I know this is tempting, but you can just reset with another laser. Like you just win. So just laser this and then dash back and do your whole thing again, and you'll win this interaction.
Yeah.
As long as if you do the system and you don't mess up the system, you win every time. It's hard, like 90% of the time. Okay. Nice.
And
okay. Okay.
A lot of notes there.
Wow. Yeah, a lot in that game. A lot in that game. a lot happened.
I love the macro is Marth is afraid of you.
Yes, he is always horribly afraid. Even when Marths do that thing where they just act like they're not afraid, it's purely a bluff. It's always a bluff. Because if they're not afraid of you, they should be. Like, the fear is rational, you know? Your fear of Marth is the irrational part.
I love the dust clouds in this game. Look how well those...
Oh, yeah. No, the dust in this game is immaculate. Okay. So, right here. Once again, this laser is meaningless because it doesn't get you a good position. And that's why these grounded lasers are better, because you were kind of like, what if I race Marth to center stage, right? Yeah. But drop laser, your laser claims the center stage for you.
100%.
And without a risk, too. So, okay, so here, laser. He ran? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude.
Running power shield here? So first of all, he's crazy for this, and this shouldn't have worked, but the whole reason this worked is you were slow. That's just why. It's right here, this wave dash down, slowed down your laser enough that he got this. I'm just surprised he did a running power shield. Oh my goodness, I hate him. I just can't. Dude, imagine just freaking being a psychopath. Okay.
I do that spot dodge 10 out of 10 times, or that air dodge, and I get grabbed after it 9 out of 10 times.
No. So the thing in this matchup is you're dead here. You're dead at this moment. Like, once Marth hits you, anytime that Marth... So, I'm not talking about, like, when you jump in and he nares you and it pushes you away, and then you kind of reset to neutral. I'm saying when he gets, like, a hit, when Marth gets, like, a grab or something, it's over. Like, it's just over. And anytime you don't die out of it, you should just be like, yes! Like, I didn't die. And so going for this, and, like, going for this air dodge, it's not bad because... You know, you were kind of dead anyway. You know, you're kind of dead no matter what you did. So, like, doing this, and it worked out. So, you're good. Like, I wouldn't categorize that as a bad air dodge. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying it's bad.
Okay.
But I do get grabbed after it, but it's always better than getting F-smash, so that's why I do it.
And then right here, this just makes no sense. He's at 0. This down smash. Like, he's just going to sweet spot the edge here. Like, right there. He's not going to get down smashed.
Yeah.
And then you CC... And then you go for the second down smash, which also makes no sense, and then you get grabbed. So it happens.
Yeah. Again, that's the Dr. Mario and me. Just CC, ASDI down smash.
We'll
get you out of a lot of
yeah.
It's hard to get past.
And then, so you drop. This just isn't in the plan, you know?
No.
Like this dropping back air. It's like, yeah, it's okay to like drop and try to hit him with a couple moves right here, but once your invincibility runs out, it needs to be back to laser time. Even if you back aired him out of this spot, he could have just still punished you. Back air at low percent is not that strong. Okay, be careful about these jabs. Be careful. This is a free opening for Marth. Like that. If he hadn't jumped, he was gonna get you. Same there. Okay.
Yeah. This game like at that moment there, I'm doing those lasers, but sometimes he just runs up and fares me.
Yeah. So the
dash dance what's missing.
For which part?
It's a little more forward.
Okay. So you land this laser, but you're not doing anything with it. Remember, double laser against Marth is bad. So just like immediately doing this is bad because you had a wonderful threat here. And then now the threat is kind of gone. But he dashes back and gets laser in the corner. That's perfect. Another laser should be coming right in this position. to lock him in the corner. But you messed that up, and you kind of double jump there, and then it resets. So now those 2 lasers you got, all that nice space and all that, that's gone. It just resets. It's okay. You got to leave it in the past. And then this is usually not recommended when Marth really, really, and I can't underestimate this enough or understate it. Really loves runoff fair, because it is like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like the prayer move for Marth. He just loves it, where he just runs off. He fairs. He's like, oh please, and like 99% of Falcos get hit by it. Your job is to never ever ever get hit by it. Just laser him and play your laser game. And then this was pretty okay. So right here, you just approached a little too hard out of the laser.
Yeah.
And actually, if you had just kept dashing back, you would have been fine. Actually, so you didn't... Wow, that's crazy. I thought you got too close with this laser, but you didn't. You were actually still fine after this laser, because you dashed back. Your issue was that you jumped here instead of doing the dash back. You jumped, and you did it with like pivot momentum to laser here. So this laser is what got you, not this approaching laser. So if you had just done approaching laser... I think you tried to do approaching laser, dash back to here, turn around laser, and that slight difference in positioning is what got you hit. Because if you had dashed back to here and pivot lasered, it would have been perfect. Okay, that was good. You caught him out of the air. Nice. Okay, sure. Okay, good. You avoided the invincibility. Good. Combo. Okay, nice. Marth gets destroyed by Falco.
I know. I love, right?
Yeah, no, it's the best. I love hitting Marth like 10 times in a row.
Oh.
Okay, you were dead anyway.
And then I die. Yeah.
Now, beating up Marth with Falco is one of the great joys of this game.
It really is fun. I love comboing Marth.
And yeah, so this is like a multi combo. Yeah, so just notice. So like so first of all, right here, this is where you need to position yourself for that back air. Because remember, if he double jumps, easy back air. If he grabs ledge, easy ledge trap.
Easy, right?
And so you kind of get caught here, and he hits you, and this is why I say you have to play this matchup super systematically and avoid chaos and stuff, because any weird little situation, he gets a grab, and suddenly your life is over. And yeah, right here, I know it's like, yeah, I'll spot dodge, you know, but like literally just jump out and hit him like a crazy person, and it works so much better because
When I've noticed they've been sniffing at my spot dodges, I do F smash sometimes, and that hits them. It's the same energy, but not as good of an idea. But it is the same energy.
Right? Yeah. No, but it's the same thing of just I don't even care if you F smash, but it's not as good. But yeah, hit him. Yeah. Once you start doing it, it's the best feeling because they're like, "Huh, you're scared now, aren't you? Huh," and then they just get destroyed, and it never gets old. Great. You held him in the corner and killed him. Excellent. And a lot of times, whenever... Yeah, these multi-lasers are not your friend. So here's the thing, is at 0, I'm kind of wrong. They are a little bit your friend, just because getting Marth to like this % is so much better than downering him at 0. So... You might actually be right about the lasers in this particular spot, but I don't think you were doing them for that reason.
No, I was like, okay, I'm down. I just need to be safe. That's all I cared about.
Right, and that's the important thing, is that being safe against Marth is pressuring him, not laser in place.
Not cowering away.
Yeah, and so this is one of those things where you have to avoid, and this is why the dash back is so crucial after each laser. And honestly, if you land the laser and you like notice that the laser is gonna hit, like in this spot, I don't think he could power shield. Let me see. Yeah, like he can't power shield this for sure, right? And so if Marth for sure can't power shield your laser, then you start with dash in, dash back. Because then he sees the dash in, and a lot of times he'll do a panic option. I forgot to mention that. You only do the dash back if you are, like the instant dash back, if he could potentially power shield. If you're for sure going to hit him, you do dash in, dash back. And what that would have done here is if you do dash in and he sees this and he panics and you dash back, he'll do this and then you get a free punish after the up tilt.
Yep.
And that's why this whole dash sequence thing is so important.
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, a lot of that looked more like a character control issue than anything. Like you just weren't able to space perfectly. And yeah, this is that same situation where like, oh, Marth is on the edge, stand right here, laser, 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 laser. It's a problem that he has to solve.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, notice that when you grabbed edge a little bit earlier here, he kind of didn't have much.
Terrible option.
Yeah, he's scared of you because you could have back aired him. You slightly back aired like wrong, but it doesn't matter. I just wanted to show you that he instantly like got scared and air dodged. Whereas this spot, you're like waiting on stage for him, and does he have his double jump? He does. Yeah. No, he used it, but like, yeah, if you're here, he's not able to do this. He just dies for this, you know?
Mm-hmm. Just ledge back air.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have been getting it with too many F smashes at the time. It was a long session, so I was like, I'm just gonna. Or down smash, rather.
That's fine.
I was going to do a down smash. But that's good to know. And then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, that's actually like a perfect hour, pretty much.
Perfect.
So, okay, any closing thoughts, comments, questions?
If there was just like, in observing all of this, if there was just one more general piece of advice that you would give, what would it be?
Fade back downer.
Fade back downer. That'll solve 50% of my problems.
Yeah, fade back down air and laser pressure Marth when he's in the corner or on the ledge. Those are like the overwhelmingly important things that you are not doing.
Okay, that's great. Anything anything good? Anything like, okay, this is good. Keep working on this.
Pretty much, I mean, the like anything that I wasn't mentioning was like generally fine.
Okay.
A lot of it is just kind of like it's like a lack of focus. So a lot of the stuff you're doing is not cleanly moving towards your win conditions, and a lot of that is just because you don't have like a good enough game plan. And so like a lot of it is not necessarily like you being dumb, it's just you not knowing what you should be doing there. And then once you start doing that there, like basically until you start doing like the correct game plan, it's impossible to diagnose anything else, you know?
Correct.
But yeah, it was good talking to you, man, and I'll send you my Venmo stuff.
You got it?
All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Very helpful.
Yeah, peace.